Jennifer, how you been?
I've been fine. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. Just always busy, busy. Son just started
Yes.
homeschooling again, so gotta get him
Yes,
back on a schedule.
mine don't homeschool, but they are going to regular school and they start Monday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm in the process of getting mine like yours on a regular schedule.
Yeah,
I've got 3 days to do it in, so
yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, you still have the whole week too. Once they start school, you gotta. That's when it really kicks in. You're like, oh wow, okay, now I really have to,
Yes,
get
yes.
used to
I have
this.
to make sure that yeah, they go into bed at a certain time and have to get up at a certain time because I just kind of let them go for the summer. I mean, it's their summer break, so
Mhm.
I let them be kids.
Yes.
And now it's like they know they got to get back into the normal routine, but they're dragging their feet.
Yeah, of course. Don't they all? So what
Yes.
would you like to share about your journey? Because I know that you have your son that's autistic and then also your grandson that has ADHD, right? So do you want to
Yes.
share your son?
Yes. My son, he was diagnosed with autism when he was 2.
Mhm.
He developed pretty good, the first few, you know, uh, what am I saying? He developed pretty good when it comes to walking and crawling and stuff like that. But he was diagnosed with autism, like I said, when he was 2, and sensory issues, and developmental delay.
Okay.
He really didn't start talking until he was 2. We did the sign language for more and things like that. He went through speech therapy and different kinds of therapies. And now, when he started talking, he said mom and dad. But now that he's talking, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, some things to this day, I have to ask him to repeat, because I didn't understand what he said.
Mhm.
But but yeah, he was diagnosed when he was 2. He's a very picky eater, just like a lot of autistic kids are.
Mhm.
His favorite thing is chicken tender.
Wow.
Um, and he likes Burger King chicken fries. Don't know
Mm.
why, but he loves those things. But yeah, chicken tenders and popcorn and just like, and he has to have, he, at one point he had to have finger foods.
Mhm.
All he would take was finger foods. So, but yeah, he eventually got to where he could eat with a spoon the
Mhm.
size of his hands. I mean, it's been a slow process, but he's getting there, you know, slowly, but he's getting there.
That's
So,
great. So when he
um,
talks, right? So I mean, does he actually like conversate with you? Like, is he able to
yeah,
like, answer questions and know that to talk back and so
yeah, sometimes you'll have to repeat yourself a little bit to get him to understand what you're saying, but most of the time he can talk back. He can answer the questions and everything. He likes to say the word bro now because he's 11.
yeah.
Um, and he comes up with words. I'm like, where did you get that from? So I guess he's learning new words, but and having my 2 grandkids as well in the home,
Mhm.
uh, that kind of helps him
Yeah.
um, with his speech, learning the new words and everything. So,
They
um,
learn the bad words first, right? When they start
he,
learning it.
well, yeah, he don't really, well, my grandson said, one of my grandsons says, he tells me that he does say bad words, but he don't never say them why, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
I hear them, but the other 2 in the home will say, such and such is saying bad words, and I never hear them. But I'm not saying he's not, because he's at that age where, like you said, they pick up anything.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, okay, that's great. And yeah, I know that's the funny thing about kids, like when they start I know that's what my son's doing right now. He's like, we're just so happy that he started talking, but then also he started, with bad stuff. And I was like, oh great.
Mm.
But it's hard to correct him because you're like, well, you're talking and we're happy that you're talking, but and then once you tell him not to say those words, he's like, okay, well, what am I? You don't want me talking? So
Yeah, yeah. I have to tell him sometimes. I'm like, um, because he'll talk your head off. I mean, he would just be like starting to talk, and you're just looking at him like, okay. And I'll be like, I'm glad that you're talking, but you need to slow down a little
yeah.
bit. But yeah, with his autism, like I said, he is a little bit. He's delayed.
Mhm.
Um, he is in 6th grade, but he will have. He's like a fifth grade mind frame, like fourth, fifth grade.
Mhm.
But he's getting better
Yeah.
when it comes to school and stuff. And like I said, he does take special classes like speech therapy,
Mhm.
physical therapy. Um, I think that's it. I can't remember. I
Yeah.
know when he was younger, like I said, he has the sensory issues, and I don't know if your child does it or not, but he used to like hold on to shirts. He like, he like played with the shirts.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did it all the time. He still does that to this day. Sometimes you'll see him sitting like on the couch or something, and he'll be playing with his shirt. But
Okay.
that's his sensory issues. He has to have that feeling, I guess, on his
Mhm.
hand. So,
That's interesting.
um,
Okay.
but yeah, he and only thing that we majorly had issues with when it comes to my son is like potty training. He was one of those autistic kids that we had a hard time potty training.
Mhm.
And we had all kinds of I did all kinds of techniques, tips, everything possible that everybody would mention, everything that's out there,
Mhm.
and nothing worked.
Hmm.
Nothing. So I just went to the point to where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let him be him. I'm not gonna push him no more. He'll do it when he's ready. And he did it on his own when he was ready. I mean, it was not the age that I really he should have been, but
Yeah.
yeah, he did it when he was on his own. And so I learned with him not to push him, you
Mhm.
know, and because it was doing nothing but making him mad when I
Yeah.
push him or tell him you need to do this. Like it with eating, of course, like in school, they want him to eat. They try to get him to taste certain things, like
Mm.
broad his food range.
Yeah.
And I was trying that. And it wasn't doing nothing but just frustrating him, frustrating me. So I did that with that too. I was like, I'm just gonna let him eat what he wants.
Mhm.
He's healthy. Yes, he might not be getting vegetables and fruits and all that in, but he's healthy.
Yeah.
And when I did that, now to this day, he tries new things, like macaroni and cheese and different things he will try. I'll say like spaghetti.
Mhm.
Years ago, I could not get him to eat that,
Yeah.
but now he eats stuff like that.
Hmm.
So sometimes I think with autistic kids, you just gotta, just like I said, just let them be them
Yeah.
because they already know that they're special.
Mhm.
They know that they're different, and they know that okay, you're not hounding this child over here. Why are you hounding me?
Yeah.
So
That is true. Hmm. Yeah, and also it takes the pressure off them, like,
yeah, they don't have to
yeah.
um like achieve. They don't have to like make they in their minds they're like, oh, I gotta make her happy or make
Mhm.
him happy. And they don't have to, as long
Yeah.
as they eat. But the experts would probably be frowning
Mhm.
on that. But
Yeah.
that's just how I did it. That's how I do it. So
Yeah. Exactly. I know we all raise our kids differently. We all have
Mhm.
they all have their own ways, special ways of being taught and and sometimes we just have to, like you said, we just got to take a step back and just let them
Yeah.
make this decision on their own, because most of the time they are pretty smart. They know
They
when
are. Yes.
for
Yes,
certain.
he is very smart. Like I said, his strengths are he loves monster trucks. The
Mhm.
boy can tell you everything about a monster truck, even names I have never heard of before, but he can tell you.
Yeah.
And he likes soccer.
Mhm.
And he does videos, well, on his little tablet, but he don't they're not posted or nothing. But
Mhm.
he'll do videos of like Monster Jam arenas and stuff. And he'll take his Monster Jam trucks and he'll do like activity, how like Monster Jam
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, he'll do that. And it's
Just
funny and cute
reenact
to
it.
watch him do it. Yeah, he loves it. So when he gets older, if he's not doing anything with things like that, I'll be shocked. But um yeah, Monster Jam and soccer. I mean, he's not a very good soccer player, but he tries. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't have very good balance, but he does try.
Mhm.
He could tell you soccer matches that happened. I mean, teams that I had never heard of before, and everything. So it's just wild. It's amazing how he knows. Like Spain played Brazil, and I mean, he'll tell me all these different things I've never. 'Cause I
Wow.
don't get to soccer that much, but he does. He knows it. I'm sorry,
That's okay.
but
Mom life.
uh, but yeah, it's anyway. Back to what we were saying. I just went off topic there, talking about
No, you're
things,
fine.
but
So what would you say is your proudest moment with your son?
My proudest moments, when he achieves, when he achieves his own goal, not the
Mhm.
goal that I set, but when he achieves his own goal, like, um, like knowing all the monster trucks, like soccer. He just recently took up soccer a year ago, and being able to tell me, like I said, Spain and Brazil played each other, and he knows down to the T, and things like that.
Mhm.
Those are my proudest moments when he's able to reach his own goals.
Yeah. Yes.
So that,
Yeah,
I
that is
mean,
great.
not my goals. I mean, yeah, I like for him to reach my goals, but I like for him to set his own goals and reach those.
Mhm.
Those are my proudest moments. So
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, that's definitely something to be, happy be that he can accomplish those things, on his
yeah,
own too, so it's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's just wild watching him when it comes to that. And my monster trucks. I mean, he could tell me, um, he likes big cities. When
Mhm.
we drove cross country last summer, and he loved going through big cities. And he could tell you when we went to certain cities, this is where Monster Jam is, mommy.
Wow.
That's what he would tell me.
Mhm.
This is the big city. Monster Jam was here.
Yeah.
And I didn't even, my husband would be like, yeah. I mean, so yeah, I know that's probably weird to
Yeah.
say those are your proud moments, but
No, that's
you know,
great. No, it's
but
whatever, that our kids, every moment obstacle that they achieved is always like something to, be happy about and you be proud about because I mean, sometimes you don't think that they'll even get that far, because,
yeah, yeah,
it depends
so,
on, your child, but, it's always a great thing to, that's why I always say, it's great to celebrate everything, every little
yeah,
milestone, no matter how small, and so
yes,
what I do with my
oh
son,
yeah,
I always like everything he does, I'm just like, yay, Marty, good job.
yeah, yeah. That's basically with my son. I mean, I praise just everything that he does accomplish. Even in school, even in schoolwork, like when they sent me a message home one time from school saying that he tried a certain food, I praised him for that because I was like, well, yay, I'm glad you tried that. Did you like it?
Mhm.
And he'd say yes or he'd say no.
I don't
So,
know.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
famous
yeah,
words.
so those are, but, with my, but having, like I said before, having my two grandkids in the home, I mean, he's picked up a lot from them.
Mhm.
I mean, they do fight because they are boys and they're the same age, 12, 11, and 11.
Yeah.
And so that's helped him too.
Mhm.
My my grandson, who just turned 11, he was 10, he just turned 11, likes to protect my son in school, which is kind of weird because he is younger than my son, but he likes to protect my kids, my
That's good
son.
though.
Um, yeah, I guess,
Mhm.
we've had some incidents, where my grandson has gotten in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, for protecting my son because, and now that brings me back to another topic. A lot of kids, my son's age, with what my son has,
Mhm.
people are mean sometimes. Other kids are like, they pick on them and stuff like that. They're not taught that these kids are different, you
Yeah,
know.
sure.
And my grandson knows that. And then, like I said, how my grandson got in trouble because my grandson has ADHD and is very hyper. So, um, yeah, but he's a really tenderhearted, loving little boy. Both of them are loving little boys, good boys. And my other grandson is too. So I
Yeah,
guess I need
yeah,
to throw him in there. But yeah, he does learn a lot from my grandkids.
that's
So
good. Did you wanna mention a little bit about your grandson having ADHD? I mean, I know you just mentioned a little bit about him, but, I mean, any kind
yeah,
of
like
difficulties with, like, or challenges with, learning and
oh yes, when we first, um, the little town that we live in, we had just moved here like 6 years ago,
Mhm,
and he had just started in the new school. All of them had started in the new school,
mhm,
and I knew he was hyper because this kid, when he was like, from the time he was born and walking, was running everywhere. I don't know how many times I remember chasing his little butt up the road trying to catch him, and like at my age, yeah. But me and his aunt and all that be chasing him up the road. But I
mhm,
knew he was hyper, but I didn't realize he had ADHD because I just didn't want to admit it. But
mhm,
when we moved to this little small town, it was like every day I was getting this call, you know, to come pick him up from school. He's did this, he's did that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So we finally got him tested. He was diagnosed with ADHD.
Mm.
So he is on medication now, which he doesn't like to take. And I'm hoping one of these days I can wing him off of it and, he doesn't have to take it.
Mhm.
But it makes, he's not a bad kid.
Yeah.
He's just really hyper. I mean, he can't stay focused. He's very smart.
Yeah.
When he's focused, he's very smart.
Yeah.
But he just can't stay focused. And he just likes to try to be attention. And, like, I can't say exactly what he does, but he just likes attention.
Yeah.
Everything. And he likes to talk, but he's just like, he's worse talker than my son is.
Wow.
And he's got imagination. He can come up with all kinds of stories and things. His imagination is really good.
That's good. That's good though. I mean,
But
yeah, I mean, so he can keep himself busy basically, right?
yes, he can entertain himself. He gets bored. When he's on his medicine, he gets bored because he's having to stop and think, and he has to realize there's consequences to things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But when he wasn't on his medicine, he didn't realize that. He didn't think, so if I do A, then I'm going to get B or C.
Oh.
But when he's on his medicine, he realizes, okay, if I throw this pencil out the window, I'm going to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Consequences.
Or, if I get up in class and just walk out of the class just because I want to, that I'm going to get in trouble, which he did. He got up and walked out of the class. And I live close to the school, and he came home.
Oh,
and I had to, like, in the middle of the day, and he comes walking in. I'm like, what are you doing here? How did you get out of school? And I had to take him back, and he just got up and just walked out.
wow.
So, he doesn't, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. So
It's kind of bad on the school though too. They should have known that he left.
well, that's probably a different show podcast on that one. But yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
Wow.
that was, like I said, that's a different story.
Yeah.
but yeah, he like I said, he's a good-hearted boy, tender-hearted boy. We call him a big boy. He's got him a big boy for his age, and he's got a really good heart. I mean, he would help anybody. When he if he needed to. So, but yeah, they're both in 6th grade, and then my other grandson's going to 7th grade.
Okay.
So, and he's just, I would say, just a normal preteen kid.
Yeah.
So that's a different story too.
Exactly. Yeah. I know they're all different, right?
Do what?
I said they're all different, even though they're all, hanging out with each other all the time.
Yeah, they all different. They have their own unique qualities,
Yeah.
and their little quirks. But yeah, they're all different. But they're all, like I said, to be raising 2 grandkids and 11-year-old son, they're all good.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, at least it keeps them all. At least they all keep themselves, busy and entertained. Kind of takes a little pressure off of you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they're entertaining. Trust me, I laugh at them all the time because they can come up with the craziest things and do the craziest. Especially my grandson. He'll dance around, and it's just funny. It's funny. He wants to be a YouTuber. Well, both of them.
Yeah.
Both of my son and my grandson wants to be YouTubers, and I had to explain to them they couldn't do that right now at this moment, and they tried to tell me, well, there's younger kids that are YouTubers, and I'm like, yeah, but y'all don't need to be doing that right now. Wait till you get older.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, their favorite YouTuber, I can't think of his name. Anyway, Mr. Beast, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Beast. Yeah.
That's one of their favorite. One of them. They have some other ones, and I've sat there and watched some of the shows with them on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, y'all watch weird stuff, but okay.
Yeah.
But I told my grandson, I was like, you just keep practicing, and then one day you'll be able to be a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true. Yeah.
But I found them doing videos when I had, they were doing videos in their room. He had started a YouTube channel, and I was like, no, and I made him delete it. I was like, no, we can't. No. I don't even know anything about YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no. And that's when I Googled it. I was like, you're not old enough.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it all depends, but yeah, I know what you mean though.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the younger ones that are doing, I think their parents are like involved in it too.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't have time to be, following you around doing videos of
Yeah.
you to do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I would be spending most of my time videoing you because y'all do crazy stuff on a
Yeah.
daily thing.
That is true.
So like the other day, he had his sheet wrapped around him running through my house, like the air, watching the sheet like blowing the air wind with the fans. And I'm like, oh God. So, but
So,
yeah. Anyway.
yeah. Also, did you want to introduce yourself too? Because I know that we kind of forgot about that part.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said introduce myself?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my name is Jennifer, and as y'all probably realize, I am a mom and a grandma.
Yeah.
I have 4 wonderful grandsons, which are 12, 11, and then I have 2 that I'm not raising that are on the West Coast. That are 2 and well, they're both 2 and 2.5.
Yeah.
And they're just all of them are energetic. And then I have the 11-year-old who has autism.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm just a mom, a grandmother,
Very busy.
very busy, very busy. And I have a well, full-time, part-time job, I guess you could say. um so other than so yeah, my life is a little hectic and crazy.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Especially having, do you have any granddaughters or just all boys?
no, they're all grandsons. I want a
Wow.
granddaughter one day. I don't know if I'll ever have one, but I'll take my grandboys. I mean,
Yeah.
so
That's
I
great.
will take the grandboys. But
Boys are entertaining, that's for sure.
yeah, well, girls can be entertaining too, but I think boys are more entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. More energetic.
Yes,
Yeah. So
very
that's,
much so. And they're not afraid. Well, my youngest daughter, she was never really afraid either, but the boys are never afraid. They're not afraid to like do anything crazy.
mm,
Yeah, they would be the one doing it, like outside trying to jump off a roof or something. Yeah, they would probably be the one. Well, one would probably push the other one.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, but they're not afraid.
Mm, that's great. That's good though. I mean, sometimes it's good not to have fear, but then also, sometimes you gotta have some kind of fear, especially for you don't run in front of traffic or, put yourself in
Yeah,
kind of danger.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I
Well,
understand.
my youngest grandson, he did burn his arm one time, so he is mindful when it comes to like he was camping and he fell into a fire and he burned his arm, but he uh he is mindful about stuff like that. But when it comes to his older brother, like Daredevil,
Mhm.
like you could do this, you could do this. Yeah. That's what I'm in the background, like, no, you can't. No,
Yeah,
get down from there.
yeah.
Or yeah, you can't do that. But like I said, my and I know this is not even part of the topic, but my oldest 2 boys, not the ones I'm raising, but my oldest 2 boys, one time tried to jump a bike over their little sister.
Oh wow.
The one, yeah, yeah. The one boy actually made it
Mhm.
over the little sister. The second boy didn't, and their little sister ended up having to go get stitches in her forehead.
Mm.
So yeah, so trust me, this is my life. I love my kids and my grandkids, but they're a handful.
Oh yeah. It sounds like it.
But yeah, this was like I said, my oldest kids are way up there. My youngest is 28 and my
Mhm.
oldest is 33. So yeah, they're they're mature now,
Yeah,
kind of
hopefully.
sort of. Kind of sort of. But anyway, they don't try to jump each other with bikes.
That's crazy. All right.
Yeah, I came out the door, she was crying, and I'm like, what happened? And they had her lay down, they wanted to use her as a ramp, so they used her as a ramp.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
But
wow. Christy, that
but it,
traumatized her a little bit.
huh?
I said, I bet that traumatized her a little bit.
Oh no, she's probably about as tough as her brothers are.
Well, she probably has to be. Jeez.
Yeah, but yeah, luckily the 3 little ones well, they're not little anymore, but the ones that are raising, they haven't quite had that experience yet, but hopefully they won't be trying to lay one of them down and try to jump over them. I don't know.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't share that story too much.
No, no, but they would try to do something else, like here, come stand right here and
Mhm.
let me push you off. Yeah, like I said, my oldest grandson, he's a typical boy,
Mhm.
so
All right. Well,
anyway.
also I gotta mention too, it's great having you as a guest. I mean, even I love hearing your stories about your grandson, your grandsons, and your family.
Okay.
Great to hear. And you're always able to come back, and share more.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I was just wanted to share too when you was asking me to introduce myself. I am doing what me and you had met in the WIN
Yeah,
um,
Women's
group.
Impact Network. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have started doing learning to do digital marketing,
Mhm.
faceless digital marketing, which I know that's kind of weird doing a YouTube
Yeah.
video. But anyway, I'm doing faceless digital marketing,
Mhm.
passive pay, passive daily pay.
Mhm.
So if anybody wants to, I'll
Learn.
give you my information afterwards if anybody wants to follow me on Instagram. And also another thing I wanted to say is like my older son, he's healing, but he was diagnosed with kidney cancer a couple months ago, and it was stage 1, which, but it was all removed.
Mhm.
So he is healing. But I did have a GoFundMe page started for him.
Okay.
So if anybody is interested in maybe taking a look at that, I will text you that information as well.
Yeah, I can
So
include that in the description if you like.
okay. So I mean, if anybody would like to join my journey of craziness,
Mhm.
feel free. I'm here.
Okay.
Ask me any questions. If my phone don't stop ringing, I'm sorry. And see, this is my first time ever doing anything like this. So,
Okay, great.
hey, it's me, no filter,
Hmm.
phone won't stop ringing, my life. So
Yeah.
you could probably do another podcast on just
You're,
me.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're always welcome back, to share more. There's always more to share. There's
oh, trust me, the people out there, if they only knew
yeah.
my life, they'd be like, this woman crazy. She needs something. So, but I'm not crazy. I'm just energetic and I try to make the best of my life, best of everything.
That's
So,
the best thing to do, right?
yep, that's all you can do. But thank you for inviting me.
Yes. Thank you for being a guest. You've been great.
Oh, thank you.
Been great hearing about everything. So we'll
I,
talk next time, right?
okay. Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.